So this is a collective message. Remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's see what Spirit wants to talk about. Okay. So I feel like a lot of you, you're moving forward. Okay, yeah. You're making a leap of faith to move forward. You got the Three of Swords with the Ace of Cups, with the Queen of... I was about to say Queen of Swords, but it's the Queen of Cups. So you could be in Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords energy, meaning that you're in control of your emotions, but you're also very direct as well. It's given like your emotions is balanced, but I do feel like there was something that may have triggered, like hurt you, something that was triggered, your emotions was triggered, or something that put you in an energy for you to even move forward even more, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Got the Four of Swords here. Also, the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands. I really feel like you could have been going through a process where you were really thinking about certain things that hurt you. It could have been just an event that hurt you, or something that happened, and it could have been past, it could have been something present, but I feel like in the midst of you feeling those emotions, you also release something. And I feel like, I don't want to feel like you're in a restless energy. I don't feel that way. I just feel like whatever, it's like you was setting boundaries before, but I feel like you're setting even more boundaries. Meaning, if there's something that doesn't agree with your spirit, if there's something that you feel is trying to block your manifestations, I do feel like with the Four of Swords, you're contemplating, or not even really contemplating, but I feel like it could be contemplation. You're really thinking about if this serves you, and you're letting it go without hesitation. Yeah, because I just feel like by you it's like, because the Lovers was in reverse, and I don't necessarily feel like it's pertaining to relationships. It just feels like decisions. I feel like your intuition is heightened, and you're able to see even more like what was blocking the seeds from growing with your manifestations. And I feel like instead of you continuously allowing this energy, these people, places, jobs, or whatever to block your manifestations, I feel like you're calling judgment, because you're thinking about like, this doesn't serve me, nothing is coming of it, nothing is growing, whatever is produced from it is very short term, and I'm interested in building and working on my own foundation. For some of you, it could be a job. For others of you, it could be a relationship. It could be a group of people, like a friend group or something like that. But I'm really getting the energy of like work. So it could be any of those things, something that you was working with. But I feel like with the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords in reverse, I feel like you're really weighing your options and figuring out which direction you need to go in. But I also feel like you see the illusion. You see what isn't real. You see everything for what it is and not what you want it to be. Meaning you're releasing yourself from things that don't serve you fully. Yeah, look there. You're releasing burdens. It could be family, it could be friends. And it makes sense because Saturn did go direct. I want to read more into that one. Okay, so it's like with Saturn going direct, it signals a shift from the inner world, like your internal spirit, to your outer world to take action. And I feel like this is after clarity, because at this point I feel like you're really seeing a lot of things, and it's almost like you're taking responsibility for your forward movement, like, if that makes sense. Like, if you see, because I feel like before maybe there were certain things that you you dealt with, and you may have tolerated it, and you're like, oh, that's just how that person is, and you continue to accept it. But it's just like that person their energy was blocking you, or that job was blocking you, or somebody was doing something that was throwing you off, or whatever. I just feel like there are certain things that was blocking the seeds that you were planting, and I feel like I don't want to say slowly, I feel like you're like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm not getting anything out of this situation anyway, so I might as well just block it and move on. Yeah, that's what I feel like. You're releasing burdens to things that don't serve you, and you're making that leap of faith. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles here with the because I feel like, because look at this, clarifying the Four of Swords is the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Swords in reverse. So you're not even losing sleep. You're not losing sleep at all. Because I feel like with you taking action to do this, I feel like you're setting the tone for your next chapter in life. Like you're building that solid foundation. Like you're manifesting the life that you desire. For some of you, you could have done this with family. Block out family. Yeah, Three of Swords. Because it's just like, with Three of Swords here, I feel like you're in a space in your life where you're tired of people taking advantage of you, and you're tired of people constantly overstepping your boundaries and disrespecting you. So I feel like you just want to have a clean mind, like a clear mind, clear body, clear spirit, where you don't want to deal with the toxicities, and you just want to be able to work on your manifestations in peace. That's what I feel like. Yeah, you're detaching from things that don't serve you. You're closing that cycle out. With any type of toxic behaviors, anything like that, you're letting that shit go. I do feel like with you doing that, it has people confused, and it has people going within. They could be hurt because you're leaving them in the past. You got it could be a Virgo that you did this to, or some type of earth sign. Virgo energy is significant. Yeah, heavy Virgo energy. Because I feel like you're just like, I don't want to work on this anymore. I don't want to work on this. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Yeah, one more. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles with Judgment. You're calling Judgment. You could be a Virgo. You're calling Judgment. You're like, this doesn't serve me. I'm not fucking with this. Heavy earth though, and I feel like you may not necessarily be an earth sign. I just feel like you're in earth energy because you're forming your foundation, you're building your foundation. And it's not just with finances. I just feel like the dynamic, like I said, of how you want your life, how you're creating your life. You want a life with peace, you want a life with stability, you want a life with like-minded people. You want to make sure that you're protecting your mind, body, and spirit. And so there's certain things that you're not allowing to have access to you. Let me see. Can I get more on what the collective is releasing, or what the collective set boundaries to? Yeah, this whatever you blocked out, they definitely don't got no access. Because clarifying the Seven of Wands is the Judgment. There's no access. For some of you, this person may have an accent. Yeah, boss bitch and boss. Look at this. Boss bitch and boss daddy. You're balanced. And I feel like also you doing this, because the Ten of Pentacles is out here as well. You're coming into alignment with your divine counterpart. Look there. That's what it is. But it's just like, because I feel like you're gaining balance with yourself. Let me get more, Spirit. Yeah, like I said, you're blocking people. These clout chasers, these energy vampires, people that's been siphoning your energy, people that's been taking advantage of you. That's what it is. That's what this reading is talking about, because you're realizing that these people intentionally was doing things to cause you financial hardship. And I feel like you're like, I'm done. Look at there, bottom of the deck. They lost their chance, or you did. But I feel like it's just more so of you releasing things that was confusing, toxic, and did not serve you, because you realize these people aren't who they say they are. Fake flexing. These people were relying on your energy. I hope this helps.